Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Celeste and I make videos revolving on vegan and cruelty-free makeup tutorials and reviews. Today is specifically a tutorial on this fall look, and if you really want to learn how to get that started, then keep on watching. The very first step that I go into is actually my eyes, just because if I have a powdery palette or something that has pigment falling off onto my face, I don't want to ruin the base that I already have done. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with some lighter colored concealer. You can go ahead and use any kind of primer you like, but since I really want the colors to stand out on this look, I'm going to use something lighter than my skin tone. And if you see me looking this way, it's just because I have a mirror here and you see what I'm doing. Once you have your lids primed, you're going to go ahead and go all over the lid with a lighter brown color. I'm going in with MFEO from the Jaclyn Hill palette, but really you can pick any kind of cool toned light brown. What this helps with is setting a base color, and that also helps with blendability and the appearance of the eyeshadow afterward. So if you're simply layering eyeshadow over eyeshadow over eyeshadow, it's going to make it look way more intricate, and it's going to make it look very blended, airbrushed. Like you did a lot to achieve the look. You don't want to right away jump into a very dark brown, just because that won't help with the deepness and the layers of eyeshadow. So I'm going to jump into another kind of darker brown color. This is a warm toned lighter brown, and this one is in the shade Buns from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Any kind of warmer toned, darker brown will work though. So what I'm going to do, and you don't want to go too high up with this because there's going to be some blending in the crease with a different color. So we're just going to go on the outer corner of the lid and just kind of blend inwards. And you just want to blend that into the inner third of the lid, leaving the corner of your eyelid empty. And again, not going too high. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and jump into an orange shade in the crease. And we're going to take the shade Hunts from the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is kind of a burnt orange matte shade. And I'm picking a smaller tipped brush to really pack that color into the crease. The reason I'm doing this, I want more pigment from the color. Don't worry so much about blending right now. We're going to get that covered, but first we just want to get that color laid out, pigmented, and in the eye. So once you have that shade laid out, and I know it looks kind of crazy right now, I promise it'll come together. Trust the process. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into Solar and Summer in the e.l.f. 18 Hit Wonders palette, and I'm just going to go right above where I laid the burnt orange, pat it on, and start to blend. I'm going to go back into the Hunts color from the Jaclyn palette, and I'm just going to go over that burnt orange color just to bring it back. That's another thing about eyeshadow and blending and making a look, is sometimes it will take a little while to make sure all the colors are prominent and staying true to color. It will take a little bit of back and forth. Alright, so now once you have those shades blended out and together, we're gonna go ahead and jump back into the smoky brown lid. So I'm gonna take a brush, and now that we've already deepened it up with this color, which is Buns, we're gonna go into a step of a darker shade. Again, you don't need this specific brown shade, but something very dark, very similar would be nice. So I'm gonna dip into this shade called Chip. It's a warm, deep brown, and it's called Chip from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm gonna go right back into where I laid down Buns. And I'm just gonna go right into the corner with it and stop just before the inner third of the eye. I'll blend it into Hunts, that orange shade. And you might have to go back and forth a little bit just to get the desired pigmentation and the blendability right. Once you have that shade laid down, we're gonna go ahead and go into this inner corner. And I'm just gonna dip into the lightest brown in this palette, which is actually this color right here, which is also a cool toned, very light brown. And that shade is actually Silk Cream in the palette. I'm going to go ahead and dip into the shade and just add it to the inner corner. And then I'm going to blend it into Chip and also into that orange shade, Hunts. You really want that to look blended out, and so what you're going to do is jump back into the brown, go over that, and blend it out. What I usually do when I'm blending is I take the brush, and really, you don't want to go hard when you're blending out. You're going to take the brush and you're barely holding it really lightly, and you're just kind of doing small circles, very lightly touching the eye. And I'm going to do that to the bottom of the Hunt's color, just small circles. I'm really barely touching my eye doing this. I'm going to go ahead and finish my other eye off camera. I'm going to do my base and then we'll jump into the lower lash line. And voila, with editing magic, I'm finished. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the finishing touches of the look. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back into the Jaclyn Hill palette that we used before. And I'm just going to take Chip and run that along the lower lash line. After Chip, I'm going to go ahead and take Hunts and put that right under and kind of just smoke it out. I'm also going to make sure to connect the top lid shades with the bottom. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the 18 Hit Wonders palette, and I'm going to take a hit of Solar and Summer and run that right under Hunts. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the small palette and jump into this foily yellow gold shade. There's also some shades like that in the Jaclyn Hill palette, but I really love this one because it just has this beautiful foiled effect. And I'm just going to go right into the inner corner with that and blend it into the eye look on both the top and bottom. And then I'm going to jump right back in and add that on the brow bone. And just blend that in. So now, after you highlight those points, we're going to go ahead and line the inner waterline. This is never gorgeous, and I always make the weird face. Now once you line that inner waterline, we're going to go ahead and add some mascara to the bottom lashes. Now let me go ahead and copy this on the other eye. Okay, and it isn't a fall look without a very sultry deep lip. You enjoyed that snippet of me being conceited for a second, just all the conceit. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I really wanted to come up with something smoky, something fall. Like, I wanted to make a smoky eye but make it warm and just cozy, you know? Like, I need hot cocoa right here. Need it. Again, I really hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, go ahead and hit that like. Comment down below any kind of future looks that you guys want from me, what you thought about this one, and don't forget to subscribe because you will get content from me every single Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!